Coming up in today's video, you can find out who won the much coveted #United End of Season awards, many of which were voted for by you. We're also going to update our all-time best 11 for the men's team, and we're also going to be revealing our first ever women's all-time 11, and at the end of the video, we'll be making a very special announcement. You do not want to miss it. Hashtag are going to be doing something we've never done before. But before we start, do not forget this is your opportunity to buy shares in one of the most exciting and unique football clubs in world football. Click the links in the description if you want to get involved. You can purchase your piece of the future for as little as £20. And I'll see you at the next board meeting. On with the video. All right, guys, how you doing? And welcome to the #United Awards for 2024-2025. Everybody. Here we go. Lots to get through. As we know, we've got the men's and women's teams awards to give out, and it's a big old club, so we'll try and get through them as quickly as we can. First of all, shout out to TK, who's been doing some magic tricks for us today. We appreciate you coming down. Anyone see some good magic tricks today? Fantastic. You may or may not have seen him on Britain's Got Talent, and he's clearly got talent, and he's from Britain. Yeah, I think so. It makes sense. Okay, right. It's been a very good season. Once again, we have maintained our record as a football club of winning a trophy every single year. Shout out to the women's team, who've obviously retained the Essex Cup. Second again at Tier 3 as well, which is no small feat. It's really, really impressive. Only 2 seasons in the division, obviously under #. The men as well, finishing 8th, which is their highest ever finish once again every single season in the men's team history. We've beaten our best ever finish. So, yeah, that's step 3, obviously, in 8th. So, well done. If we can keep that record going again next year, that basically means we've had another very good season. So, that's got to be the aim, of course. So, let's crack on. First award of the evening is going to be Most Assists, Top Assister, if you like. And this is for the women's team first. So, in third, tied 3 players with 6 assists for the women's team. Georgia Griffin, Sammy Rowland and Frankie Finnison. In second position, 7 assists in 29 games, which is an assist every 262 minutes, if you're wondering. Vicky Franck. I'm not sure if she's here. No? She's running somewhere. Okay, she's working. And in first position, 8 assists in 31 games, which is an assist every 344 minutes, and she's played a lot of minutes this year. She does every year. Malika Rapinha. Well done, Malika. Please come up. Woo! Malika, congratulations. Talk to me about this season. How was it for you?
Yeah, the season was really good. Sorry, I didn't prepare anything.
Did you know you were winning this one or not? Did you know?
Yeah, well, I didn't think about it.
Well, it's been another fantastic season, and we should talk about your season in general, not just providing assists. 32 games you played this season. You played 31 of them. The only one you missed was a suspension from red card, which we won't talk about. But you started all the 31 games you did play. You not only did that, you become the club's all-time top goal scorer. That's across men and women's teams, 64 goals. No one ever scored that many goals. Well done. Next up, top assists, or most assists for our men's team. In third position with 10 assists in 45 games. And he's now the leading assister for the men's team, Toby O'Mallaren. All time, that is, of course. Second this year with 12 assists in 27 games, which is actually a very good stat indeed. That's an assist every 167 minutes. He's not here tonight, but it's Joshua Asude. But top in this position, and it's the second year in a row for this man to be the most assister. 16 assists in 52 games, an assist every 238 minutes. Saka-san. Sak, 2 years in a row, top provider. What do you put it down to?
I can't put it down to my strikers. We scored a lot of goals as attackers, our midfielders as well, so pleased with it.
Obviously, you mentioned goals as well. You scored a fair few goals this year as well yourself. You had a really good return, actually. 24 goal contributions last year, 30 goal contributions this year. What do you prefer, scoring or setting up goals?
I think last season I would have said assists, but this season definitely scoring goals. And I need to score more goals, but...
Well, it's not a bad return. It's not a bad return. Well, congratulations. Sakistan, everybody. Thank you very much. Right, okay, top scorer next. These are we always start with these ones because you sort of know who's won them already. The rest is a bit more of a mystery. We're going to start with the men now. Top scorer. In third position, we just saw him, 14 goals in 52 games. Sakistan, well done. In second position, 15 goals in 35 games. Obviously missed a decent spell of the season for injury. But yeah, 15 goals this season. Luke May Parrott. And top of the pops in first position, 21 goals in 53 games. That's a goal every 150 minutes. Misha Jamali. Mish, first of all, I mean, you played in quite a few different positions this year. You started up front a lot at the start of the season. Obviously, we just mentioned Luke was injured. Then you moved back into the 10 role most predominantly. Where do you like to play the most?
I think most of my goals came this year from the number 10. So I would say, yeah, probably playing in the number 10 is my preferred position. And
let's talk about your penalties. 6 out of 6. It's a very good record, of course. Did you learn? You got a similar technique as obviously Greg Halford, who had great success with penalties for us previously. You took over from him after he departed as the penalty taker. Is that a big part of your penalty technique?
Yeah, no, shout out to Greg. He actually taught me the technique. Like, obviously, a lot. I spent learning a lot of time under him last year. So to be able to do it this year, like, just, yeah, pretty easy, pretty nice and simple. And
21 goals is really impressive. I think it's only the third time a men's player has scored 20 or more goals in a league season. So very well done, Misha Jamai. Next up, same award once again, but for the women. Let's have a look. 9 goals in third position. 9 goals, 31 games. Malika Opindia. Malika. A lot of them came in the back end of the season where you really got the momentum. I thought you were coming for it at the end, to be fair. Second position, 10 goals, 32 games. It's a goal every 194 minutes. Sammy Rowland. Previous winner, I think, of the last 2 seasons, Sammy. And in top position with 15 goals in 22 games, which is a goal every 124 minutes. And she is here tonight, Holly Turner. Cheers. Obviously, Holly, those goals came in the first half of the season, mainly. Obviously, it was a transfer to Nottingham Forest. How was that first half of the season for you?
Unreal, to be honest. I don't think I expected to have such a good start to the season, obviously off the back of not playing loads, so yeah, and a season that I'll remember.
I've got to give you congratulations, of course, because Nottingham Forest have secured promotion to the Women's Championship. Talk to me how it's been in that environment.
Yeah, just obviously like really professional, obviously both men and women. Obviously getting to see that side of football is pretty amazing, but then equally like there's a side of me that sort of looks at what they've got and then obviously what's here at Hashtag, and it's, to be honest, fair play to the girls. Like, it's unbelievable how much they compete with those sort of top teams, so yeah.
Yeah, very much so. Well, Holly, congratulations, top goal scorer. Right, now we're getting into the awards where no one knows yet who's winning what. And we're starting off with Best New Signing. This is for the women. This is a fan-voted award. It's voted for by our members. Only applies to players who have joined the club for the first time. So they can't be a repeat signing. So that does rule out people like Holly Turner, Josh Asude, Tom Anderson. They were not eligible for this award. Again, this was voted for by the fans. So in third position, 15.3% of the vote is Eloise King. In second position with 29.4% of the vote was Frida Yisi. And the winner with 31.9% of the vote, and what a player she is, Frankie Finlayson. Frankie, obviously you've been with us from Charlton this year. You're a very young player. You've come through one of your sort of first opportunities in senior football. How's it been for you?
It's been a great experience.
And you've really contributed, not just, we know about your running, the energy you get through is fantastic, but goals and assists as well. It's really grown as the season's gone on, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I've had this is my first women's experience in England, so it's been great.
Yeah, you've got a very, very bright future and clearly a popular player with our fans as well. So congratulations. Well done, Frankie. Same award now for the men. So again, fan voted, best new signing. Tom Anderson, Josh Asude were not eligible for this award, coming back for their third spell at the club. In third place with 11% of the fan vote, Mer Appa. In second position with 33.1% of the vote, Josh Rasoke. But the winner of the best new signing with 48.5% of the vote is Mr. Jack Giddins. So Jack, quick chat. You've obviously had a very experienced career in non-league. You've won a lot of things. You've been in some great clubs. Talk to me about your first season at the Tags. How's it been?
Yeah, it's been good. It started a bit slow. To be fair, I'm surprised to win it because I got a bit of stick at first, especially on the YouTube comments. But no, overall, really pleasing.
I think that's a great sympathy. Well, it shows you, doesn't it? They clearly like you. They clearly like you, and it shows you how, I think it's something we've gone through a lot, especially this year. We, as a team, we didn't start fantastically, and the nature of the club and the nature of the beast is that certain players unfairly often get picked out in the comments, but this is the awards, this is the chance for people to actually see how popular they are, and it's a fan voted thing. So does it mean a little bit more coming from the fans?
Yeah, of course, I think so. Naturally I feel like the fans looking on obviously see a lot of the games, and obviously if I'm up there then fair play. I just try to do my bit, keep the ball out of the net the best I can, so yeah, really pleasing.
Well done, Jack, superb. Right, so we've got a few very important awards now, back to back, which are all associated with people that have, contributed to the club and helped it tick every single day. So, and obviously Stevie CB, along with Derek, the co-chairman, are a massive part of that. So I wanted to get him up to award these ones. So starting off, Stevie, you're going to do our volunteer certificates. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, our volunteers get to the ground early. They start to prepare the doors and gates to allow the players and the fans in, organise the officials' refreshments, update web pages, play music, make announcements, and even put club banners up and down around the pitch. The volunteers also help sell raffle tickets at the game at the ground. And no one knows this yet, but they took through that gate and the raffle tickets £2,880. So out of that, we retained 1,440 for medical kit. We've already purchased one stretcher scoop and a head immobiliser. We've paid winners at 884. Not everyone claimed their winners. If they didn't claim their winnings, we donated it to Prostate UK Cancer, which we donated £556 to Prostate Cancer UK. And on the charity non-league day, we even raised another £180 in the buckets for Prostate UK. So we all know that many organisations would not exist without volunteers, and ours is no exception. This year, we followed what we did last year, the Trident Volunteer Awards. It only started April last year, so it's quite a new thing. We awarded some certificates last year. This year, we've got some more certificates to award. They're based on the amount of hours and matches that volunteers have actually covered for us. So it's my pleasure to show recognition by awarding the Trident Volunteer Awards to the following people for their service throughout the last season. If you'd like to come up, that's Leanne. Tasha, Becky, Anita, Paul, Alfie, and Lachlan.
I think we forgot 2 people as well, Lincoln and John. Okay, so we're going to keep Stevie CB up here because now, following the volunteers, we're going to be awarding the Fan of the Year award. And this is obviously something we do every year. We're going to do the Hero Award after it as well. I'll let you explain why the winners have been chosen, but just to sort of clarify, like these awards, the terms are quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Flexible. You know, these guys are fans. They're all heroes. Every fan's a hero. I was going to say every hero's a fan. I don't know if all heroes are fans, but there's certainly a lot of them. So basically, yeah, don't read too much into it. If you get an award, it's because you're a legend, basically. So, Fan of the Year, Stevie.
Okay, so Fan of the Year, almost ever present, come a long way from Clacton. The reason why I forgot their name earlier, because I'm going to mention them now, John and Lincoln.
Whee! The double whammy. Guys, I've got to just echo what Stevie said. You know, we massively appreciate all of our volunteers, all of our fans, all the work you do every year. It's not just this year. How long have you been coming now to Hashtag Games?
We've been with the hashtag family since 2018.
And how would you describe your, 7 years now? Yes. Yeah, how would you describe them? Have you enjoyed them?
Very much so. I blame him. It was his fault.
Do you want to tell us the story of how that came about?
Well, it's my party piece, so I'm going to, yes. Lincoln was, I believe, 8.
Yeah, probably.
He was 8, and he said, "Grandad, can you take me to a football match in Harwich?" I said, yes. So we went to watch Hashtag at Harwich, and you lost 2-1.
Oh, sorry about that.
On the way home, Lincoln said, "Grandad, can we support Hashtag? We live in Clacton-on-Sea, so I thought Harwich is not too far." Okay.
So yeah, sorry about that as well.
So, on the way home, he said, "Grandad, you've told me you're a man of your word. Hashtag play in Tilbury." So I thought a couple of months, and that was, as we say, history, and here we are.
Wow.
So, thank you.
And you stayed with us, Tilbury to Bowers, now to Aveley, which is probably as far or further than Bowers, isn't it, for you guys? So it's a heck of a shift. We appreciate you very much, guys. Thank you. So, Stevie CB, next up is the Hashtag Hero Award. If you'd like to tell us who's won this and why, please.
Okay, so the Hero Award for this person normally gets to the club before anybody else, covers the men's team, the women's team, reserve team, and I think you all know it is. It's Paul Stevens.
Paul, congratulations. Stevie's just mentioned the ridiculous commitment you've given us this year across every single team in the senior section.
Yeah.
How's it been for you this year?
Enjoyable. Busy. Blimey. Yeah. Christ. Wow.
Surprised? You seem surprised. Why would you be surprised? You've been such an amazing servant to us this year.
I just enjoy it. I'll just crack on with it.
Well, we've enjoyed having you, Paul. You're an absolute legend. Thank you so much. Hero! Okay, next is another fan-voted award, and we're going to start with our Fans Player of the Year. Okay, and this is going to be for the women's team first. This was voted for by our members once again. Obviously, remember these members, we love our members. They pay extra to be that extra part of the club, whether it's watching women's live streams, home games, reserve games, the community posts and things that we do to try and give them a little bit extra. They support the club in a massive way. And they also probably have the most thorough understanding, I would say, of our performances because they see much longer edits and extended highlights than what the non-members get to see. So they know what they're talking about, is my point. So I trust their opinion, and that's why they get to choose the Fans Player of the Year. In third position for the women's team, with 14.7% of the vote. What a season she's had. She couldn't be here tonight, but I think we'll all agree, hell of a player. Frankie Angel. In second position, this was very close, by the way. Second and first was very close. just missing out with 21.5% of the vote was Malika Apindia. Well done, Malika. With 23.3% of the vote, the fans' women's player of the season is Sophie Bajan. Well done, Sophie. Are you able to come up? Are you okay? She's been in the wars. As you can see, so she's off. Sophie's managed to avoid injury all season. As soon as the season ends, she's managed to pick up an injury. But are you feeling all right? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sophie, obviously, first of all, this is a fan-voted award. So have you got anything you want to say to the fans for choosing you as their favourite player this season?
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. I mean, you've been unbelievable all year. It's not a hard pick for the fans, I don't think, although it was very close, as I mentioned, with Malika. Talk to me about this year for you, particularly as you've really solidified yourself as a centre midfielder. Obviously, you were playing centre-back when we signed you originally. I know you're versatile, but how have you really enjoyed becoming a midfielder?
I think I prefer it now. It's given me more freedom to do more attacking and defending, a bit of both. So I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and we've seen you add some real goals to your game recently. Obviously, not least the hat-trick in the County Cup final, of course. You scored 4 goals on another occasion last season as well. So you've added those goals to your game. But very well done. Fans Player of the Season, Sophie Bajan. Fans Men's Player of the Season now. In third position, with 11% of the vote, we just saw a minute ago, Mr. Jack Giddins. Well done, Jack. In second position, not here tonight, no longer at the club, but what an impact he had this season with 19%, Mr. Joshua Asude. But the winner with 25.8% of the vote, this year's Fans Player of the Season is Misha Jamaili. I'll keep it simple because you've already had to come up here once, Mish, but Fans Player of the Season. I feel like you've got a special connection with the fans. Like, do you want to say anything to them about being chosen?
I think this award is probably, to me, like the most important. Without fans in football or at this club, like we wouldn't be here. I think fans in football are the most important thing. So this is the most special award for me, I think.
Well, congratulations, mate. Smashed it. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, right. Goal of the season now. Starting off with the women. The winner of this award, every year what we do is we get like a graphic of the goal made. Some of you would have won it before, and it will be framed. We haven't got it here tonight. We had some delays in getting it, but you'll get it at a later date, so don't worry. So if you win, sure, just come up and we'll have a chat. There'll be no award tonight, but there will be an award. Okay, so let's reveal the chosen winner. In third place, goal of the season, with 10.4% of the vote, was Frida Ayisi's goal versus Watford. Get a round of applause. In second place, with 11.7% of the vote, was the last goal we just saw, Frankie Finlayson against Exeter, left-footed strike, beautiful goal. That got my vote. The winning goal, with 48.1% of the vote, which I think there was there 10 nominees, Eddie? 10, so that's half the vote, and there was 10 options. It's crazy. Was the goal from the County Cup final against Billericay's Frankie Finlayson again on the corner. So I've got to ask Frankie about this goal because you did what I've learned this season thanks to Eddie is called an Olimpico, which I didn't know that before. I thought that was a stadium in Lazio. You've done that 3 times. You've scored directly from a corner. Is that something you work on, that you try and do? Is it clearly it must be deliberate?
No.
It's not something you just stick it in there, see what happens, stick it in the mixer. Well, listen, it's been fantastic to have 3 goals and a number of goals nominated.
I actually don't think that was the best goal.
You don't think?
No.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think was the best goal?
I didn't vote, but out of my goals, I thought the last one was better, but I thought some of Frida's were pretty sick. So.
Yeah, I think also the thing that's worth bearing in mind for you is that you did one on the right foot, one on the left foot. So to have 2 goals nominated is one thing, but to have one on either foot is incredible. So either way, justice prevailed because you did win the award. So well done, Frankie. Next is the men's goal of the season. In third position, with a whopping 3.7% of the vote. With his goal against Dulwich Hamlet is Toby O'Mallaren. These were voted by the general public fans as well, weren't they? It wasn't members. It was the whole world voted on this. In second position, 27.5% of the vote. It's a big jump up from third. The goal against Hendon away, Mr. Luke May Parrott. But perhaps unsurprisingly, a large concentration of the votes were in one position, with 62.4% of the vote. It's the goal they didn't want you to see, and is won by the player who didn't seem to turn up tonight. He's not here, is he? I can't see him anywhere. Matty Waldridge! Who wants to come up and collect it on his behalf? Anyone? Any takers? Luke, you can come up if you want, because you came second. You want to come up and get it on his behalf? Come on. Luke May Parrott, second position. First of all, talk to me. You had a couple of nominees in there, obviously, but it's the Hendon away goal, which is the lob over the keeper, right? Lovely goal, actually. Talk me through your memories of that goal.
Yeah, handball, to be fair.
Really?
Yeah, definitely should have been disallowed, 100%.
Oh, well, that takes the shine off it. Glad you didn't win. What about the Matty Waldridge goal, though? What a strike that was.
Great strike, good footage, considering we couldn't record the game.
Exactly, we try our best.
Yeah, just happy to come second.
Yeah, well done, mate. Congratulations, second place. Next up, we are going to do Best Young Player, starting with the women's team. These are chosen by our managers, of course. We're going to hear from both managers when they come up to do the Managers Player of the Year. First of all, shout out to our youth section, of course, where we're talking about young players, not just the players, of course, the coaches, some of which are here tonight. Derek, obviously, who runs the youth section. And you know, we love all the work you guys do. So a round of applause for the youth section. Eddie, well done. Yeah, very good. Lots of trophies this year, as ever. More players than ever. Is it 700 now, Derek? 750 players in our youth section, guys. It's a lot of players. Okay, so this year's Best Young Player, as chosen by Jason Stevens, and completing the hat-trick of awards this evening, Frankie Finlayson. This, I can't speak for Jason, but I imagine this is a fairly easy decision. You came in this year, again, you mentioned earlier, your first kind of women's football season, played a lot of minutes in different positions as well. Have you got a position that you like to play the most?
Definitely midfield. Yeah, but I'm happy anywhere on the pitch.
Well, you've had some great performances, obviously, at fullback as well, in multiple positions, but 3 different awards for you tonight. Very well deserved. Frankie Finlayson, everybody. Next award now, chosen by Jay Devereaux for the men, Best Young Player. This year's winner, and he's not won it for the first time. We've got a history of people in this award doing back-to-back, and he's done it back-to-back years. Mr. Luke May Parrott. Well done, Lukey boy. First of all, you come back from a surgery and an injury. Took you quite a few months to get back and then get playing in the team. How was that process for you?
Very frustrating, I would say. It was hard. Obviously, we were struggling with results as well, so watching from the sideline wasn't easy, but I was happy to make a difference when I came back. Yeah,
there was a number of catalysts that saw the season's form upturn, and I think you were a big part of that as well. Obviously chosen by the manager, this one. What does that mean for you?
I mean, considering there were so many options to choose from as well. No, but happy to win it. Obviously, last year winning it and winning it again just shows that I'm obviously doing something right.
And perhaps people watching at home forget that you are still a young player. I think this will be the last year you're eligible for this award, but you've won it back to back, so it's very well done indeed. And yeah, what a sort of second half of the season you had after coming back from injury. So I commend you on it, Luke. Well done. Okay, so next up I'm going to invite my brother Seb to come up. Sebastian, everybody, let's give him a round of applause. Seb, of course, as I'm sure you'll know, is amongst many other things, our commercial director. You're going to help us with a few awards, Seb, but first you're going to say a few words about our partners.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, there's so much that goes into this club. Obviously, all of you in the room as the players, the fans, the staff, the volunteers, but also is our sponsors, our commercial partners, if you like, and there are quite a few of them. We've got UFL and CANNA, Socios, TST, Monster Energy. There's an awful lot that goes into it. So without those guys supporting us, it really wouldn't be possible to do what we do and do as much as what we do. So I'd like to take a moment to... haven't forgotten anybody have a spend there?
No, not at all. And it's worth saying as well, ADIDAS, we have got sales on at the moment if you want to get yourself kit.
Yeah, of course, yes. ADIDAS are the kit provider, have been for many years. Also, were the first ones that sort of got involved in our main journey into non-league. And there are some deals available, Spen.
Yes, yeah, very much so. #UTD.com. And also UFL, have sponsored us for so long. We had such a long partnership with them. But the game's only actually been released this year.
Yes.
It is available now. Xbox Series XS and PS5. And it's free to play. So get involved if you haven't already. And yeah, like you said, Monster Energy obviously getting on board this year. They've been fantastic partners. Yeah. We're seeing some more of them at TST coming up soon as well. So yeah, brilliant stuff. Okay, Seb, I'd like you to help me with a couple of awards if that's all right. Yeah. We're going to do the player now. Women, if you'd like to reveal the winner, please. This is obviously voted by the
player of the season for the women's team. Joint third with 10.5%. We have Grace Gillard and Malika Apendia. Second place, 15.8% of the vote. We have Frankie Angel. But the winner in first place with 57.9% of the vote, we have Sophie Bajnet.
Sophie, you're back up again. Sophie, this is voted for by your peers, your fellow players. What does that mean to you?
No, it means a lot. I think knowing that they have the respect and belief in me as well brings the best out of me. So, yeah, it's nice.
I'm very well aware you'll nurse an injury, so I'm going to let you get sat back down. But what a season. Well done, Sophie.
Thank
you. Next up, same award, Player of the Season for the men's team. Voted for by the men. In third position, with 19% of the vote, Misha Jamaili. In second position, with 23.8% of the vote, is Mr. Jack Giddins. Well done, Jackie boy. The winner with exactly a third, 33.3% of the vote, and I think this goes a long way to showing the popularity he has in the squad. It is our captain, Mr. Max Cornhill. Unfortunately, Max couldn't be with us tonight, but we have got this video from him.
Hi everyone, I've just been informed that I was voted Player of the Year, so thank you very much to all the players that voted for me. It means a lot. Sorry I wasn't there in person to accept the award, but I was away with the family in Centre Parks. Again, I just say thank you for all the players that voted for me, and I look forward to next season. Up the tags.
I'd actually like to ask Nathan Smith to come up. Is he here, Nathan? Is Nathan here? Yeah. Nathan, could you come up? Because you won this last year, so we'd like you to come in and collect it on Max's behalf. Nathan, we had a great chat this time last year. You did exceptionally well at the awards. You've had another good season, obviously an injury recently, but fantastic once again from yourself. You know what it takes to win this award. You know what it takes to operate at the highest level, and you know what Max has done in his career. Can you give us a few words on the club captain, Max?
Yeah, no, Max is just non-stop. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's always working hard. He never stops. He always turns up, and he wins a lot of our headers.
He does win a lot of headers. Yeah. And he takes it to the face or the teeth on some occasions. But what a captain, what a man. Max Cornhill, everybody, via Nathan. Next up, we do this every year, is we like to acknowledge players that have reached a milestone in their appearances for the tags. 2 more players this year crossed the 100 appearance threshold, one of which we just talked about, who's not here tonight, but Max Cornhill did go well past 100 appearances for the club now, so we've got a plate for him. We'll get that to him. Another player who, you get this lovely little plaque when you hit 100 appearances, by the way. Max is going to get one. Another player who has done it. Last year, by the way, we had 7 players hit this milestone. 2 this year. It's an elite club. And and by the way, Max Cornhill is now on 128, so he got well past it. This player is now on 125 appearances, and it is Miss Malika of India. Malika. Leeks, you spent, I think, the last 4 seasons with us. I believe when you came to the club, we've always talked about this, like you hadn't had a load of senior football experience, and you've pretty much played almost every game since then. Like, talk to me about the journey over the last few years and your development as a player.
Well, when I first started playing for the team, obviously Jason was playing me for the last 2 minutes, so at first he was a bit hard, but he also told me that I should stop playing football at one point. But yeah, I made it to here, so I'm quite happy with that.
You've done very well. 125 appearances, well done. Next up, Malika just mentioned him there. Jason, would like you to come up and present the Manager's Player of the Year, please, Jason. Jason Stevens, everybody. Jason, we've got a chat before, obviously, you announced the winner of this. It's well known that this is your last season with the Tags. You've got a new project you're taking on. Can you give us a little summary of your time with us?
Listen, it's hard for words, right? This is a great club and there's some great people. We've had some great memories, right?
Yeah.
It's been non-stop all the way, and thanks to you for saving the club. It's my 6th year, 2 COVID interrupted, and then once we got into full swing, it's been a roller coaster, right?
It really has.
Great memories. So yeah, thank you for all the memories. Thank you for all the players and their loyalty, even Malika. Yeah, exactly. And yes, Malika, you're not on this list. Yeah.
No, of course, I'd just like to echo that and say massive thanks to everything you've done, not just yourself, of course, Wayne and Craig, everyone involved in the last 6 years or 4 or 5 years now with us.
I lose count myself.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a journey. Obviously, wish you the best of luck with your new project. And your last official role is to announce your Manager's Player of the Season.
Yeah, listen, this is always a hard one. Right? I do this well-known database, etc. And at the beginning of the season, it was going crazy. I had about 6 or 7 players, all neck and neck. Frida, Holly, Grace, Malika, you was there, and then Sophie as well. And then and then certain things happened. Frida got injured. Holly went to Nottingham Forest. Thanks, Holly. And then Courtney got injured, and things just changed, right? But then a clear winner. And again, Soph, you better take that brace off because you are a hat-trick of awards tonight, or you are my Player of the Year.
Yeah. You had to say neck and neck as well, didn't you? Well done, Sophie Bajan. Sorry, Sophie. Last question, I promise I'll let you go then. You played a lot of minutes this season. I think only Grace played more, 2,770 minutes. I think you've probably answered this already, but can you just summarise the season for us on a whole? It wasn't just, we've talked about the County Cup, we've talked about the second place in the league. We also obviously had that semi-final in the National League Cup, the cup that we won last year, of course, playing Nottingham Forest. Really unlucky to go out in the way we did. How would you sum up the season, Sophie?
It's been unreal. I think when you look at the resources and that other clubs have, for us to finish second back-to-back, the County Cup, the run in the WNL Cup, it's been amazing, and credit to the girls, coaches, all the staff. So, yeah.
I agree, and you've been amazing as well, Sophie. Well done. Fantastic. Right, Devs, would you like to come up, please, and introduce your men's player of the season? Devs, before you reveal the winner of your award, can you give me a summary of your season for us today?
I think it's always important to improve. I think we did. I think that it's easy to look at the disappointment at the way we ended things because we put ourselves in such a great position. But I think realistically, we have to go back as far as November. And when you sat second from bottom in the league in November to even be in the shout of the playoffs towards the end of the season, I think is a huge credit to everyone involved, the staff, coaches and the players especially, to give ourselves that, to keep our season alive when at that time, if someone had just said you'd be safe, we would have you have to take it. So to go that deep into the season, yes, it was disappointing the way it ended, but I don't think it was the end of the season that cost us. I think it was the beginning of the season. So we always try to improve. We have done that. I think that's been quite clear to see. And I think it's important as well that, you know, what we have done is we've provided entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah. We when we've failed trying to win. We've scored, I think, third top goal scorers in the league for the second season running. Yes, that means that we concede too many, and that's something we've got to address. But it's not through the want of trying, and you know, it's not a case of being negative. It's a case of having a go. And if we fall short doing that, then I think it shows a bit of bravery. So.
No, 100% agree, very much so. And the aim for next year is try and, if we can, keep that precedent we've set going and improve again.
Always, yeah.
Okay, very much so. Right, okay, so would you like to please reveal your reasons why you've chosen your Manager's Player of the Year, please?
I think a really difficult decision. I think we've had a number of players that have had really good seasons. A couple of those guys have already been rewarded, and rightly so. And there's varying reasons for why I've chosen this person. And I think the level of consistency is shown on the whole this season has been quite remarkable, especially when you consider that we changed his position early on into the season. He's still a young player. And I think the big thing for me is that I felt like when he was good, we were good. Fortunately for us, his brains tend to be in his feet rather than between his ears. But kind of our player of the year and the Manager's Player of the Year is Matthew Waldridge.
Matthew Waldridge. Obviously, Matthew isn't here tonight, but what I will say on Matty's behalf, well, on his behalf, he definitely wouldn't have said this himself, is that it's a great story, Matty, because obviously, you don't know, we found Matty for our #Academy series. He obviously didn't win that, but got very far into it and has gone on to be, you know, right up there in all-time appearances. Well, he is the all-time appearance holder. But not only that, he then went and won back-to-back Best Young Player, which is also chosen by you, and now he's sort of graduated into the Manager's Player. So it's a hell of a journey, isn't it, for a player?
Yeah, and I think things get missed with Matt in terms of he comes across as very, you know, laid back, carefree, and some of that is true. But deep down into his core, he's someone who does care and gets it, and I think that's been as important to me this season. Someone who you know, really feels every bump that we feel, and yeah, I actually, yeah, he drives you mad, but he's a great lad to have as part of our team.
He is, and his name, along with Sophie's, has been engraved in our Player of the Year plaque. Just to go through previous winners here, we first awarded this in 2016. Mr. Rich Beck won it. 2017, Sam Adams. 18-19 season, which is our first season in non-league, Jack Harrison. 19-20 was George Smith in the first COVID season. And then, obviously, we brought our women's team into the fold, so we started having two winners. Harry Haysom and Emma Samways won it in 21-22. Jermaine Francis and Hayley West in 22-23. Last year, Nathan Smith and Courtney Lumley in 23-24. And this year, of course, Matty Waldridge and Sophie Bajan. So Sophie, Jason, Devs, if you'd like to have a photo all together with these now, please. Well done, guys. Round of applause. Every year we alternate what we like to do at the end of the awards. Last year we inducted a new person into our Hall of Fame. And then the year after that, what we do is we update our all-time 11. So these are voted for by the fans, once again. It's a joint vote. We have 50% of the vote given to the fans, which are the members, and then 50% of the vote is a committee that I put together of people that have been around the club for a long time. They understand, you know, all the different parameters that could put someone in our best 11. I don't tell people how to vote. They can vote on the best physical players in terms of ability. They can vote on the best servants to the club. They can vote on accolades or achievements such as promotions, or it might be people that started the club with us back in the day. So it's kind of open to interpretation, this award. So we're going to do two things here. We're going to update our men's all-time 11, which will be the third time we've done it. And I can tell you there's 3 new names that have got themselves into that. And we're also going to do our first ever women's all-time 11 as well, which we're going to reveal. So we're going to start off with the men's team. And everyone that's in this team is going to get a framed graphic that we're going to show on the screen with them in it. So if we'd like to reveal the men's all-time 11, and this is the starting 11. Round of applause for each person, please. Jamie Jackson in goal, he keeps his place. In defence, Ross Gleed, Harry Haysom, Tom Anderson and Matty Waldridge. Just round of applause for the defence. In centre midfield, Jack Harrison and Max Cornhill, Max being the first new entry. Big day for Max. Ahead of them, Jermaine Francis in the 10, and then 2 new entries on either wing, Toby Aroma-Laron and Josh Asude. Well done, well done. You made the 11, Toby! And perhaps no surprise, keeping his place up front, the legend that is Mr. Dan Brown. And then shout out the substitutes bench, who could still squeeze their way in the future. Jack Giddins, Rich Beck, Nathan Smith, Gids and Nathan being new entries to the squad, Scott Pollock, Jesse Wallace, Harry Honesty and Ryan Adams. Everybody. Moving on to our first ever women's all-time 11. We've never done this before because quite frankly the team wasn't old enough in terms of hashtag history to have one. But we decided it was the right time to do it this year. And so everyone's a new entry because it's a new team. Let's take a look at it. We have Frankie Angel in goal. In defence, we have Malika Apindia, Grace Gillard, Courtney Lumley and Hayley West. What a back four that is. Malika, you could have played multiple positions in this 11, I'm sure you're aware of that. In midfield, Sophie Bajent, Sophie Kelly in a Sophie partnership with Gemma Baker in the 10. Round of applause. And then attacking midfield positions, we have Macy Nichols, Emma Sandways, and completing the strike force, Sammy Rowland. Well done, everybody. On the bench, we have Jamie Lee Bamford, Kat Cannerman, Keris Adams, Maddie Thomas, Frankie Finlayson, Sasha Adamson and Kelly Woelful. Round of applause for our women's all-time 11. And that is it really for our awards. I've just got a final few things to remind you of. First of all, massive thank you to everyone, whether you're a player, volunteer, coach, fan, everything. The club wouldn't work without you, so we massively appreciate all your efforts this year. It's always really special to get to have another season. 9 seasons now. Next year will be our 10th anniversary. We have got some exciting announcements coming up. We've got TST coming up, of course, so chance to win $1 million again, 3rd time lucky, hopefully. We're about to launch our fan race, so people have already been pledging to buy shares in #Unite for the first time ever. There will be links in the description to get involved with that, and that will be open to actually do very, very soon. Keep an eye out for more announcements. We've got loads more content coming in the summer, and I'll make a quick announcement now, which is hot off the press, but I can reveal that in the last week of July, the last week of pre-season, we will be taking a men's team and a women's team to Singapore for the Singapore Sevens. No one actually knows this, by the way, apart from maybe one person. Singapore Sevens tournament in the last week of July. So we'll be taking a squad of men separately to a women's team as well. So 2 different teams representing # for the first ever time in Asia. Round of applause, everybody. And there's some big teams. There's some big teams taking part in that. Let me tell you, it's going to be a really exciting tournament. So we look forward to it. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe, become a member to help the club, and of course, up the tags. Thank you, everybody.